So today I want to talk about the art of improving AOV. So I already had a post before in terms of how to increase the revenue on your website, right? And one way of doing that is improving the AOV, right? So the AOV is the average order value, and it basically just tells you from all the customers that you have, how much are they spending with you? And if you divide this spend or the sales revenue that you get, let's say it's 1 million per year, by the number of your customers, right? Then you have the average order value. So that's the value that a customer on average provides for your business, right? Many businesses, of course, they want to increase the AOV, right? Because more AOV with the same number of traffic to your website will already mean that your sales are going up, correct? But there are actually a few things to consider here. And I also want to, take a different approach with this here. I want to tell a short story actually to put it in context for you, and show you that just increasing the AOV is not the holy grail. Of course, it's the holy grail, but there are more, how should I say, things coming from it by improving it. Okay. And why it's so efficient or effective to focus on this metric so much. Okay. So this is a short story about three people, three companies that own their own online stores. It's John, it's Mary, and it's your store. Yes, yours. Talking about you. And let's say we have all the numbers here. As you can see, we know that John's store, online store average AOV generates $75. Okay. Mary's 65 and yours 50. So what does that mean for us? It means that every customer or visitor to the website provides a different amount of return to the business, correct? So if you look at the website traffic, you see 1,000 people come to your website, and you see each of them, or let's say at a 3% conversion rate, let's say that's 30, is that correct? Yeah, 30 people in a month convert with $50 means you're making $1,500 in revenue, correct? Now the issue here is, imagine you are running ads, and most stores and online stores are running ads, mainly on Google Ads, but also on more branded ads, Insta, Facebook, and TikTok, and whatnot, right? But let's just focus on the transactional side of ads, which is Google Ads, right? Where you make your sales, right? There's high intention, people are looking for a product, and the likelihood them buying is quite high. So let's say you're in an auction, Google Ads auction. You got first position, second position, and your position. Let's say John is on the top of the ads, right? Mary's maybe on second or third position, and you are maybe on the fifth position, so below the fold, so to speak, right? So imagine now somebody clicking through from the first ad who sees John's ad, right, and then converts, right? And the AOV is $75, meaning that if you would run your ads at the same position as John and would pay the same amount of a click, what would that do to you? It would impact your return ad spend way more than from John, right? So let's say you pay, I don't know, just as an example, $25 to convert somebody, right? So John has been running ads, you running the ads, and let's say John is on first position. He pays $25. Let's say that's 50 clicks, 2% conversion rate, let's say, and convert somebody, right? Then we know it cost him 25 and he made 75 from it, meaning his return ad spend is 3-1, correct? He returns 3, he invests 1, correct? For you now, with the AOV of $50, what do you get? You pay 25 as well, but you return only 50. So your return ad spend is 2 to 1, right? So what does it mean? Of course, John is more profitable, very likely, right? If he has the same costs of producing the same jeans that you have, but his AOV is higher, then of course running ads is more efficient for him, right? He will maintain doing it, correct? There's also a few nuances to that because ranking on the top position, like first, second, and third, perhaps the top positions, or four, right? There are four now, means that there is some research around it that people that click into the first few ads are more likely actually to convert than clicking on an ad maybe on fifth position where you and your store might be. So there's an increase in conversion rates of those people. So that's good, right? For the guys up there. For the guys down there, it's maybe not that good, right? And secondly, there's also something like a trust signal, right? It has been debated long in Google Ads or in advertisement if there's some trust. There were some blog posts that say yes, some say rather no. I personally, I'm 100% a believer in trust signals, and there's also some research around that it is the case. But ranking high also builds some kind of trust because you're number one up there, you're very present. People kind of attribute strong factors to that. How do you call it? Subconsciously, right? So, as you can see, there are a few ways why it's so important to actually get your AOV up. So, you really have to work on, the methods that you can implement to get that up. But let's say if you could get that up to 80 or 85 AOV, right? You're getting really competition. You might destroy this guy store. Not destroy. We don't want to destroy anybody, but you know what I mean, right? Like you might have a leverage on this guy, right? Okay. So there are a few ways to actually do that, right? You have seen it probably many times, how to improve the AOV. I mean, me personally, I like this one quite a lot, and I think it's underutilized of many companies. Flexible returns policy, right? Exchange policies, right? If you get a product that's not to your satisfaction, no questions asked, return within 30 days. If you don't like the color, whatever it is, return it you know Make it even a free shipping return if you can. Not always possible, but you could even put like a bag inside just for this product if they want to return it. It's kind of like a already pre-purchased bag that they can just put it in and just send it over, right? I'm not saying that that's all doable for every business, but it is a very important thing. And often, and I really tell you, I've seen it over and over again. Sometimes companies have really good return policies, and then they hide them somewhere, on the bottom somewhere, right, where you have your return policies or your terms and conditions or whatever. They hide that in there, and nobody ever sees them. They don't stick it people in the face. Make it on the top of your website. Shout it out. The best return policies in the market. I mean, if you compare them and they are the best, I guess you can claim that, right? Or one of the best, or whatever you want to phrase there from a legal perspective, have to be compliant, of course. But yeah, I'm just saying, free shipping highlighted as well. Free shipping on orders over $50, over $100, whatever it is, to increase the AOV. A common practice is, looking at the average order value of your website and then just, putting it a notch up. Like, for example, shipping, let's say it's the AOV is 50, then you put the free shipping on 70 or 75, right? So people are kind of like um, forced, almost not forced, but smoothly forced, gently forced to, add another product. Sometimes I don't fully agree with that, but yeah, I mean, it's something that you have to test. Um, yeah, I think it's something that you have to test, especially. But I've seen it on websites sometimes. Then they just have products with $50, and then or more. So you might need to get it to 100. Let's say somebody adds it by two times the average order value, because I've seen that as well. So 50 is the AOV. They put the free shipping to $100. Now it's really hard and difficult for a customer to spend another $50. Um, and then often these websites, they just have pricey products. So you might not even find a product with 50, but it might be 80 or 90, or you buy the same product again, which you probably don't want. So yeah, just saying that's like a testing ground here. Yeah, then of course, upselling and cross-selling is a big one. I guess most e-commerce stores do it. They have plugins that actually, how do you say, like promote similar products, right? Cross-selling is a big one here. upselling, of course, as well. So let's say you put, I don't know, you buy the pants and then you upsell them to a, or cross sell actually, for them to add a belt, right? Or maybe even a t-shirt. Let's say it's jeans again, maybe a jeans t-shirt or jeans socks or something, right? Um, Bundle deals, I guess that's clear, right? You put bundle like similar products together, like you bundle the jeans with the jeans t-shirt, or what I said before, like a belt or something, right? If you have that in stock. I think this one here is a very interesting one, loyalty programs. Usually, for me personally, not done well enough in the industry, even like for many brick and mortar stores, right, that offer loyalty programs. It's kind of like you get your loyalty card, you don't even know what you really get. I mean, to be honest, I feel always I'm giving away a lot with these, or cards. So if I use a card, they know exactly what I'm purchasing. They have a lot of data from myself, and if they, use that or have that from 1,000 or 100,000 or a million people, there's a lot of data for them that they can use. But usually I find that the points and stuff, it's not exciting at all. Then, you might buy $300 or 300 euros worth of products and you get $10 off or 10 euros off, right? To be honest, for me, it's not exciting. I usually don't even take those loyalty cards anymore. I think companies, especially on the online space, they should be way more creative. They could, add a surprise. You could make a loyalty program based on surprises. If you're in a tier one or level two or however you want to call it, you just say or tell them with your next purchase, or once you qualify for level one, every now and then or every fifth time or whatever it is, I have to think about it. You add a surprise. You can add some free socks, jeans socks, a belt, maybe a t-shirt even, or maybe like a sticker or something. I don't know, whatever it is, or maybe even, you put a voucher in there for maybe the level two or level three members that say, okay, here's a free gift card for another purchase, which you could use either for yourself, or you could even phrase it in a way that you could buy jeans for your hubby or a boyfriend or whatever, or another friend. Could even do that, whatever it is. There are so many ways of playing around with that, but the loyalty programs are quite boring usually. And I know sometimes software doesn't support that really easily, but maybe, then it's just like, finding better ways, or, downloading the data regularly, and then just, looking at the VIPs or whatever it is. I just think like loyalty programs could be so much better. And I'm 100% sure there are good ways to actually implement them than the buy one, get one deals. Yeah, they have been around since a long time. They work quite well. Would also recommend still doing them. So yeah, I mean, I guess that gives you hopefully a little bit of a different angle in terms of how you can approach that. Um, One thing maybe I want to add here, maybe I should have led with that in this conversation, and that's the following: isn't, you know the question also in general for life, how much are you investing into a transaction, right? So if you look at AOV, and we take the example of AOV, of purchasing something, right? And we take this concept and take it for life, or use it on our own life. How much are you investing per transaction? Value is important, right? I know it's a little bit a different concept and context here now. This is business related. This is about companies that are trying to increase AOV, but also for ourselves, in terms of life. How much are we investing into a transaction? And I'm not talking about a transaction online necessarily. I'm more or less talking about a transaction in relationships, in skills that you're applying, into the work that you're doing, into the value that you're providing yourself, for other people. Isn't this, a big topic anyway? How much, time do you need to spend on, watching movies? And how much time can you take out of that and improve the value of your leisure time? You know, if you in your leisure time, you have a stressful job, I'm sure about that. Most people nowadays have, right, working long hours, etc. But if you can make it work and just squeeze in a half an hour instead of Netflix, and I'm not saying Netflix is bad. I think you also need your downtime and just to refuel your batteries. Just take this half an hour or hour that you have and just invest it somewhere else. If it's maybe even a good relationship with somebody, many people have a lot of friends but not very deep connections. And I have to say, like, what you invest into something, you get out of it, right? So overall, it's just a little bit weird now how I'm putting it here, maybe relating AOV to the transactions in life and the value of a transaction. But yeah, maybe something to get you thinking as well. I hope overall this video was helpful to you. But yeah, just check it out and hope you can, increase your AOV and take those thoughts into your business and, reflect a little bit on it. And if you need some help, I'm here. You can comment anything and I'm happy to get back to you as well and give you my perspective. Okay, bye bye. Have a good day.